Lewis, welcome back, mate. And a fantastic finish for the Mariners last season, and I guess that's what you've got to take into 2021, with a winning mentality.
With the time off that we had, I think it really gave us time to recollect as a group. And as you told, the last few games, we worked together, we played well, and got a few W's.
That was a fantastic win the night at Kogarah, or Win Jubilee Stadium, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It was sensational that night, and shows the potential of the group.
Yeah. Even like all the passion, the boys got together after it. It was a completely different environment and kind of feel at the end of the game, and I think we're going to take that on to next season.
Personally, how have you coped through this period? There's been a lot of talk of athletes, struggling mentally, but how about you?
Yeah, having so much time off, you really got to occupy yourself doing something, whether that's, for me, I've been occupying myself with university and also doing daily, either that's runs or go to the fields with my mates, just always staying active and keeping mentally strong as well as physically. And yeah, all it's about is next season and hopefully getting a few W's and hopefully making top six.
Nothing to do with football, but what are you studying and where at?
I'm studying a Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Management at UTS.
And what's the long-term plan for you?
The plan is with football, I'm just doing one subject a semester, really light work, just so I can manage with football in university, because at the moment I'm currently 20 years old and my main focus is making in football, but it's just to keep my mind occupied and fresh.
Tell us about your background in football. Where have you come from and what have been some of the highlights so far?
I started off at a local club in Pittwater. It's where I grew up. And then from there I got scouted to go to Manly United. And for me that was a big deal because the Manly United stadium is Lucas Neal Stadium, and he was my idol growing up. So I felt connected to the club, and then from there I had a few good seasons, and Sydney FC Academy started up, and I went there for a year. Unfortunately, had a severe injury. I had a Salter Harris fracture on my knee, and I was out for about 5 months. And then from there I went to North Shore Mariners, which is a sisterhood club, and then luckily enough it was Paul Ocon and Ivan at the time. They liked what they were seeing at North Shore, and I came out, tried with the A-League a few times, and Ken Shembry signed me here.
Yeah, and what about what Ken Shembry and Monty have done in the last week? Tell us more about your feelings about what the junior teams have achieved.
When the break just started, I was training with the youth team to stay fit, and I played a few games, played 3 games, we won all 3. And you could just tell the passion, the unity in that group is unreal, and they deserve everything they got, because some team. They deserve everything.
Did you see their little, sing-along
video? Yeah. That just goes to show who they are, what kind of people they are. Like, they're a unity, they're boys, they're friends for life. Those boys, 10, 20 years, they're going to be together.
What boys from that squad do you feel like could really push up in 2021?
As we know, Dan Hall won the NYL Player of the Year, and he's great talent. Centre back, great feet, good in the air. You also have the attacking wingers, Marky Katsoulis, assist. He will give you assist after assist after assist. Very unselfish player. Harry McCarthy, very tricky winger, very light on his feet, and I think he would also do a great job here.
Have you had time to analyse, I guess you have, what a stellar season you had last year?
Yeah, I thought I had a few good games, few not so much, but the plan is to keep going this season and keep pushing for that starting team, because it's a lot more competitive now. We all know that. We're not just comfortable where we are, and we have to fight for our positions, and which Alan has made that clear.
So what areas do you need to improve? You're a harsh critic then?
Yeah, of course. Well, you can't always just say, oh, I've got it, and I've got all the tools. You can't have that mentality or you will never make it. Personally, I've been working on my speed, because I've going to look quite bigger in the off season, the plan is to stay nimble, agile, and hopefully compete with the best.
Just in that first season, who was the opponent that you found most difficult to defend?
There's a lot of great players, but I don't think I can put my hand on one. The A-League is, over the years, is getting a lot more competitive, a lot more better players are coming in, and I think it's great for my development as well, and I'm just keen for the next season and take on whoever.
What about players with their kind of run off the ball? They may not even get the ball, but it's so difficult to track.
Yeah, there's a lot of players that do forward runs unselfishly, even if they do not get the ball, but it creates gaps in the opposition's back line, and that's just team tactics, and such players such as Ryland McGree and tricky wingers like that, they do that perfectly, and that's why they've succeeded and gone overseas.
And you said about the squad that it's going to be much more competitive. Can you name names like, or who's the players that have taken you under their wing as a 20-year-old?
Look, a lot of players. I look up to RT as well because he's had a lot of experience. He's only 22, 23, and he's played a lot of A-League clubs. And look, he's got a lot of experience, and I'm trying to learn off him. He's a lot of composure, and he's physically sized. He can